Disney classics, original shows, documentaries, and more, there's a new streaming service in town.
We're Andrea and Patty, and we are now streaming Disney+.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Andrea with Theme Park Parents and justisafourletterword.com. You can find me on all socials at Andrea Updike and at Theme Park Parents.
Hey guys, I am Patty Holiday from NoGuiltFangirl.com and the No Guilt Fangirls podcast. You can find me on all socials at No Guilt Life. You might also want to tune in to the No Guilt Disney podcast from time to time if Disney is your thing.
And Disney is all of our thing, I think.
I'm guessing if you're listening to this one, you might have an interest in that one. So I thought I'd throw it out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have a little bit of news to share this week. I know a lot of us are keeping up with our Disney parks and Disney Plus news. And we had a little bit of a tease early on in the week. And then as quickly as it came, it was taken away. Patty, have you ever read the Kingdom Keepers series from Ridley Pearson?
Yes, absolutely. Love those books.
Such an awesome book for Disney fans, a book series for Disney fans, because you get sort of an insider look. They're fictional, but you really, if you know the parks, especially the Walt Disney World Park in Florida, you can imagine everything that is happening in this book. And it is such a fun read. While earlier on in the week, we had a little bit of fake news. We found out that surprise, there's going to be a Kingdom Keepers series on Disney Plus, and it's coming from Kevin Smith, who is amazing.
That's awesome.
Well,
right.
As soon as this sort of teaser went out, Kevin Smith himself tweeted, actually, guys, that was a couple of years ago, and it was awesome, but they decided not to pursue this programming.
No, what a tease.
I know. So Twitter, I mean, you know, I'm up in arms about it myself personally because I love the series and I'm not the only one. There's actually, and I'll put it in the show notes, there's actually a way you can connect with Disney Plus online. They have a website where you can submit ideas and suggestions for programming that you want to see. So if you are a fan of these books and you want them to reconsider that, hit up the link and say, bring us the Kingdom Keepers series.
For real. Because that would be pretty dang amazing, I have to say.
Can you imagine all the sets of the Disney parks and the rides? And, you know, sometimes in these books, some of the mechanical animatronic characters come to life. And I mean, it would be such an amazing show.
It would have been a very cool show. But also, I wonder if It's so banana pants that I'm like, too bad they can't go and film that now while the parks are completely empty, because like they could have the whole run of the kingdom. I'm thinking of the whole scene where the It's a Small World comes to life, basically.
Yes.
I'm like, you can't film that while Disney World is happening, but right now you could totally get in there.
I have so many ideas for the parks that while they're closed. I'm like, oh, they could do this,
right.
They could do that. I know it would be awesome, but.
It would be awesome. So, yeah, use that link and go tell them we want it to happen. And we definitely want Kevin Smith involved because that would be awesome.
Right? I mean, everything about it just sounded so perfect. And it's like, as soon as I saw the news, I was like, yay! And then, oh.
All right. Well, I think today we're going to talk a little bit about DisneyNature, right?
Yes, we are. It is April officially. Earth Day is coming up at the end of the month. And so we sort of celebrate, at least Disney typically celebrates the month of April as Earth Month. It's also the month that Animal Kingdom, Disney's Animal Kingdom in Florida, was opened for the first time. So it's a very meaningful holiday to the Disney properties, and they always put out a new film during this month. And this month, we actually, thanks to Disney Plus, we got two. We got Elephant.
We did.
And Dolphin Reef.
Yeah. Did you watch both of them?
I have seen most of both of them. It's been a little crazy, so I haven't been able to go through the entire films, but I did go through them, and they are gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely. My kids watched both of them with me, and particularly Dolphin Reef. My youngest was like, how do they film that, Mom? How did they get that, Mom? What is going? I mean, she was just absolutely in awe, which is what I think DisneyNature does so well.
They do.
And Yeah. So let's talk about these. Since we're talking about Dolphin Reef, let's just stick
Yeah.
with that one. This one is about Echo. He's a 3-year-old bottlenose dolphin, and he is basically just learning about his surroundings
Mm-hmm.
and his life and what to do in the world with his mother. His and you know, she has a lot to teach him, and so this is one of those baby.
Coming of
I guess
age,
they
like a
almost,
coming of age story.
yeah, almost all of these DisneyNature movies end up something along those
They
lines,
do.
right? At least that seems to be the trend. But yeah, so this was Echo, and Echo was the star in this. And what
He
did
meets a
you
few
think?
characters along the way.
Yeah, what did you think about this one?
I just thought it was beautiful. I love the ocean. I love marine animals and, of course, dolphins. Who doesn't love a dolphin? But I thought, and the thing I love about the Disney nature movies is how you really are in their world. Like, even when they were
Mm-hmm.
showing the underwater footage, you could hear the dolphins like talking to each other. You could hear their dolphin sounds. It wasn't just now we're underwater and I'm still the narrator talking. Like, really felt like you were eavesdropping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and I just loved that. I thought that kind of attention to detail, and there's a little bit of peril at some points, but I don't know, I just thought it was another beautiful addition to the Disney Nature collection.
Yeah, it's definitely a gorgeous film, and they with the Disney Nature, you get some learning thrown at you. But what I like about both of these movies that we're going to cover is the focus is kind of on narration
Mm-hmm.
and how they almost humanize these animals in order to get kids to buy in.
Yes.
Because if it's just a boring animal movie, they're not going to watch it. But when you give it a cute name and give it a little story and give it a little bit of when there is some peril, we are truly concerned about it. It's not just some rando dolphin out there. It is Echo, that's what I think they do so well about this. But in this particular one, I mean, you learn about the ecosystem, you learn about the coral reef, and just a lot of the behaviors of the creatures that live
Mm-hmm.
there. And it was a good show. It was a good show. My kids really did like it. There were, like you said, there was a little bit of peril, and so from a parent perspective, that's something to keep in mind if you have younger kids. They get nervous, especially when it comes to
Yeah.
animals. There's just some things. There's, like, in this one, there was a humpback whale, mom and calf that basically have to escape a group of orcas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sent to this really dramatic music and kind of stressful.
Yeah.
All right, I'll admit it was a little stressful.
And
But
my
anyway,
skin crawled when I saw all those sharks. They're like so
Mhm,
many of them in
mhm.
one spot. And I don't care
So
what the reasoning, when I see something like that, I just can't help imagining myself there. And I'm like, oh,
I don't do
get me away
sharks.
from
Yeah,
the
I don't do
sharks.
sharks. And so I was like, this makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that it was so beautifully shot and so realistic, that, yeah. And this one was narrated by Natalie Portman, who I thought did a pretty good job with this.
Okay, I was going to ask you because I was like, all right, I wonder
mm,
how Miss Patty feels about Natalie Portman.
she's not my favorite.
I
She's
do.
not my favorite.
I do know that.
But as far as what she was doing here, she did a good job. She was fine. She was good. I think Elephants was narrated by Meghan Markle,
Mm-hmm.
and I will admit I have some bias towards Meghan Markle, which does not come from her acting. It comes from her being married to Prince Harry. I'll admit it is terrible, but
Yep.
I
Bias
absolutely
good or
adore
bias
her.
not so good?
Oh, good.
Oh, good,
I
good,
am.
good.
I am pro Megan.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me
no,
too.
I am pro Megan 100%. And so it was very joyful to listen to that narration. I bought in a little bit easier, I
Mm-hmm.
think, on the whole storytelling with the elephants over the dolphins. But also, again, back to, I don't like sharks personally, and so I was waiting for those to show up,
Yeah.
which of course they did.
You knew they would. You knew they would.
So with that segue, let's jump into elephants and talk a little bit about this one.
So Disney Nature's Elephant, narrated by Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, which is not easy to say. And this one follows African elephant Shawnee and her spirited son Jomo as their herd makes an epic journey hundreds of miles across the vast Kalahari Desert. So another rated G film, which I love that about DisneyNature. You cannot find a rated G film like anywhere else, it seems like.
Not
And-
true rated G films, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know. I personally, you know, my kids are over that age now at this point, but I do appreciate a nice, you know, easy to watch with your little ones movie. So, and these they always have an element of suspense. So even though they're rated G, you know, sometimes it just depends on the child, right? Know your kid.
Yep.
So this is another, you know, growing up, coming of age journey. And again, set in the most gorgeous backdrop, and you're learning about elephants. So what stood out to you, Patty, about this one that you liked?
Well, you know, I felt like this one had a lot of educational aspects to it, or maybe, again, like I said, I bought into it easier than the other one. I'm not sure what the difference was, but there was, or maybe I just don't know that much about elephants. That could have been the answer. But I felt like I learned quite a bit personally watching this one. My kids preferred Dolphin Reef, but I preferred elephants, so take that for what it's worth.
Okay.
Learned a little bit, like, you know, the dangers that these elephants face, and the fact that they have to do this, I think it was a 1,000-mile migration across this the Kalahari Desert, and I just wasn't.
And that's no joke.
Yeah, and they're so big and heavy, and I guess I just didn't realize that they needed to do that, and that they do this, you know, from memory. It's not like they have a map. They don't have GPS. Elephants don't forget. Well, they don't forget the route either, apparently.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was, so I liked it. I did like it. And like I said, I really did enjoy listening to Meghan Markle explaining it all. I did not think this one was as entertaining as some of the other DisneyNatures that are out there. Like, some of those tend to be a lot, I don't know, more fun, or the entertainment element was there. Like you mentioned, penguins. I got the
Playful
kids
and yeah.
I got the kids to sit down and watch penguins, and there were some like true belly laughs in that one.
Yes,
you know?
I really do love that one.
So I didn't get as much of that out of elephants, but I really enjoyed it. Again, parents, do know your kids, know how they feel about animals. There are a couple of suspenseful, perilous, you know, moments with animals. So things like possible drownings, and then there's predators that are involved. There's a baby elephant that gets his head stuck in the mud, which I was like, oh, save the baby elephant.
I know.
So, which they did. But spoiler. But it just little things like that, you know, but it was balanced out by some really beautiful moments about this elephant herd. So I enjoyed it. I liked it. Good way to celebrate, you know, Earth Month.
Yes, and a great addition to the documentaries that we talked about last week, especially having our kids at home. And this could be a great way to just do something a little bit educational that's still entertaining. Maybe have them write down their 3 favorite things that they learned, or 3 new things they didn't know before. That's what I've been doing that with my kids a lot when we're watching. Even if it's just TV, I'm like, if it even has the hint of education, I'm like, now go write something. Write 3 things you that you didn't know before.
That's the thing. You got to keep them. You got to keep them invested and involved, and during this time. And that's the perfect way to do it. Perfect way to do it.
Now I have a question. I have one last question for you, because I think these are really, really great movies. But there was something that kept coming into my head, and I think this is like the Disney-shaped hole in my heart that I have right now, and a lot of us do. Disney Parks-shaped hole. How many times did you think of Soarin' around the world when they were doing these shots down, especially over the islands in Dolphin Reef, and then down into the savannah? I was like, I could almost smell the grass.
I know. No, you can't help yourself, can you?
No,
it's
not
just,
even a
it's
little
there.
bit.
Not even. I know.
Like,
I know.
I wonder if this is the same footage. Like, some of it, especially the Polynesian islands, really looked like when you come down over the
You know, Andrea, I wouldn't doubt that they repurposed some of it. I mean,
yeah, right?
Why wouldn't you? So I wouldn't doubt that some of that that's actually a really good like Easter egg hunt. If somebody who was on this documentary film and knows the answers to that, to either film, if any of it was cross-used for Soarin', we would love to know. So hit us up and let us know. We are in the Facebook group now, streaming Disney Plus. Come join us and tell all the secrets. So we'd love to hear.
Yeah, we want to hear. And if you have seen these movies, please let us know your thoughts in that same Facebook group. And we will see you real soon.
Bye.